This class continues our study of motivation theories, and in this class we're going to look at McGregor's theory X and Y. So, theory X and Y of human motivation was developed in the 1960s by Douglas McGregor, an American social psychologist. McGregor advanced his theory in his book, The Human Side of Enterprise. The main focus of his theory was based on behavior of individuals at work. So he was primarily concerned with individuals at work. The concept of McGregor's theory focuses on two models, which he called Theory X and Theory Y. These two theories are based on management's assumptions about their employees. So there are two discrete ways of looking at behavior at work, which McGregor called Theory X and Theory Y. So we'll have a look at these two, and it'll constitute the basis for this class. Start with Theory X. This theory implies that the average person only works for money and security. The person is seen as not keen on working and will avoid it if he or she can. So work is not seen as a desirable activity under this theory. So people just work for money. These type of people have to be controlled and threatened in order for them to work hard. So it requires interventionist management, strict discipline at work and strict routines and constant monitoring, because these people are not keen at working. They're not keen to be at work, and they're not keen to work when they're there. They're only there to get paid. To this person, they give all importance to security. They prefer to be directed. They dislike responsibility and any ambiguity. So these people don't want responsibility. They don't want commitment to the organization. They don't want to be involved. They just want to go to work, perform some tasks, be monitored closely by the line manager, be directed continuously. They don't have to think about the job, and get paid. They don't want to be involved. The theory implies that the average person only works for money and security. The assumption is that the main reason for most organizational principles, this assumption is the main reason for most organizational principles, I should say. The theory gives rise to tough management controls and soft management. In other words, the controls are very interventionist and very strict. The workers are controlled continuously and monitored continuously. But the management themselves are not they're not keen to develop the organization either. The management see the ethic of the workforce. It rubs off on them. There is a general lack of motivation right throughout the organization. This whole organization, if it's run on these lines, would have to be turned round. It would really require a new management and a new ethic, a new way of working. People going to work entirely for salary and reward of that nature are not committed, and it does affect the management. Employees need more than financial rewards in order for them to be motivated. They require an opportunity to reach their full potential. And maybe that's what's missing in the organization. Maybe it is management's fault that the workers are like this. Maybe the management don't give them the opportunity to feed back their views or take their opinions into account or consult them or give them opportunities for advancement, promotion, or for bonuses. So perhaps the structure of management is at fault, causing the workers to be as they are. It depends on whether we think that workers are innately just committed to getting a salary, or if people want more out of work. They want the salary, and they want to spend their time at work in an interesting manner. They want to be involved and committed and consulted, and they see it as an interesting occupation, an interesting way of spending their time, because they're spending part of their lives in the organization. So it depends. If the managers don't give them the opportunity to develop and to be involved, it may develop this attitude that the people get disinterested. They're not interested in work. They become only interested in the salary or the wage at the end of the week or the end of the month. They're not committed. And it could be it's because of the way management has designed the reward system. The workers are never praised. They're never consulted, perhaps. There's no advancement or opportunity for advancement. Perhaps small promotions or additional responsibilities allocated to the workers. None of this happens, and therefore the workers don't feel committed. That could be the reason. Or, as I said, it could be just part of human nature. The people simply don't like work. Depends. There's two types of approach, the hard approach and the soft approach to management. First of all, the hard approach. The hard approach is threatening, tight controls, bullying employees to get the job done, command and control, constant supervision. This is the hard approach to management, where the management is there all the time, making sure that the workers are applying themselves, getting the job done, very strict controls. So it's the hard approach to management. It results in negativity, generally speaking, low output, and hardline union demands. The workers will form into unions if they have a chance, and they will oppose management. So it does involve negativity. There are negative parts to this. That culture of management being highly interventionist in the day-to-day routines of the work, the minute-by-minute routines of the work almost. That will lead to a kickback. The workers will try to form into unions. They will try to organize themselves to defend their positions. And it will lead to bad will on all sides. So the hard style, the hard approach to management, that of constantly intervening and controlling and demanding, that's one approach. The soft approach, well, it's more permissive. It seeks harmony. It's sticking with the workers and hoping that the employees will, or the workers will cooperate. It's trying to collaborate with the workers. It's trying to explain to them what's happening, why the job is required, and why the deadline is important. And communicating with them so that they feel that they understand, and trying to win over the employees to work harder in that way. It could result in increasing employee demands and rewards. If the rewards are not fulfilled, this could lead to decreasing work output. If the workers feel that the management is weak, they may require more salary or more wages. Because they see management as weak, they have a greater opportunity of getting it. So there's a tension here between the hard approach and the soft approach. Which one? And that's something that McGregor tried to resolve, and throughout his work, throughout his later work in particular, he was very interested to try and work out what is the appropriate balance between these two approaches. Now, the disadvantage of Theory X, well, this theory implies that an organization relies solely on monetary rewards to satisfy the employee's lower level needs. It is a motivator. Salary and wages are undoubtedly a motivator, but they are only one. There are others: recognition, pride in the job, involvement, team working. There are many other motivators as well as this one, but Theory X assumes that workers primarily go to work for salary, for wages, and that is their focus, and therefore they need constant supervision and constant direction to ensure that they are going to work hard to earn the wage and the salary, or the salary. So the theory stops workers from trying to achieve higher level needs. Excuse me. They don't try to achieve more because they see it as a futile quest. They're not going to be given the authority or the responsibility. They're not going to be promoted. It's not management culture under this theory. So why should the workers try? So that's the disadvantage of Theory X. It demotivates. The theory does not provide self-fulfillment. Employees use work to satisfy their lower level needs and use their leisure time to meet their higher level needs. So there's quite a distinction in people's lives. They go to work, they're not fulfilled at work, they're there just to get a salary or an income or a wage. They're there to get paid. And when they leave work, they use their leisure time to try and fulfill their higher level needs, their social needs, their cultural needs, their family needs. So they use this time to try and fulfill those. So the theory does not provide self-fulfillment. The theory sees people's lives as being in compartments. One is a working compartment, one is a compartment which people have to engage in to receive the income that they need to live. But the people don't like being at work. McGregor proposes that a command and control environment is not effective. Therefore, he extends his research to develop Theory Y. So McGregor, having worked out this one, moves on to develop Theory Y. This theory is the opposite of Theory X. The employees are self-motivated and enjoy their work environment, and they're creative and imaginative. This one is the opposite of X. This one, the employees like being at work. They're involved, they're respected, they enjoy what they do. And the employees seek responsibility. They seek to be involved in the routines of the business. They like what they're doing, and they're not just there for the income. They're there for the income plus the satisfaction they get from working. The employee is ambiguous and committed to their work activity to strive to do well. Now, they're ambiguous in the sense that they can move from different sections. They can move between different sections. They're not necessarily committed to one section or to one task. They are, I don't know if ambiguous is completely the right word, but they are not loyal to one task. They are interested in the organization. They're interested in going to work. They're interested in being involved and talking about work and working with their colleagues and discussing improvements with management and coming up with innovative ideas. So they're not just focusing on one tight piece of work where they need constant supervision, as was the case in theory X. So theory Y is the opposite of theory X. The individuals here are motivated to achieve the company targets. Threats are not applied in this type of management style. The individuals are motivated. There's no need to threaten them. They are committed to achieving the objectives. Being recognized and rewarded for achievements developed the motivation to work harder. So being recognized and rewarded means that the workers are motivated. They are committed to completing the task and completing it with good quality. There's no need for constant supervision or heavy-handed supervision. The workers are motivated. It's also the case that the employees have an opportunity for career progression. They feel a part of the organization, they're making a contribution. The better their contribution, the more involved they are and the more committed they are through their work, the greater recognition they'll receive from management and the greater the chances that they will have promotion. So they are motivated not just by money, not just by reward, monetary reward. They're motivated by recognition, by status, by job security, and simply by the interest in the tasks that they have to complete. Now the management style here, well, a business can use a variety of methods and resources to encourage positive behavior of its employees. There could be decentralization and allocation of resources. So it could be that the workers are trusted to undertake certain tasks. The tasks are decentralized. The management hand it over to the workers to take responsibility, to complete certain tasks, to be efficient, to not be wasteful with resources. That gives the workers the feeling that they are being trusted. They are a part of the organization and they're seen as an important part of the organization. There could be job enlargement where jobs are expanded to cover other areas. So someone working on making a particular component on the shop floor may also be entrusted with looking after the raw materials for that particular task. Or they may be asked to look after the machinery, to make sure that the machinery is kept in good condition. The job is enlarged. They're given more responsibility. They are more involved. And it could be that the employees are asked to be involved in management decision making. Perhaps when decisions are being made, the workers are going to be consulted and their opinions taken into account. So the involvement may run to participating in the design of tasks, in the organization, in structuring the business, in working out what is efficient and what's best practice, one which also involves the workforce and involves them in a way that in the long run they feel a part of the organization and they're more committed. So projects are set up and evaluated with that in mind, with a more participative form of management. If carefully implemented, Theory Y would develop employees' motivation and satisfy their higher level needs at work. So Theory Y is the opposite of X. X just simply saw workers going to work for monetary reward. And they needed constant supervision by management. They could not be trusted. They didn't want to be involved in the organization. They don't want to be involved in design of the product or the production system or the particular tasks. They just want to go complete certain routines, be told what to do, and receive an income at the end of the week or at the end of the month. Generally speaking, at the end of the week. Theory Y, the workers are quite the opposite. They want to be involved, they are committed, they're interested, they make recommendations, the management consults with them. It's much more a team environment, and it's much more cooperative. So there are two views of management here. The Theory X, Theory Y, as put forward by McGregor. And it's important that you know the distinction between the two of them and what are their advantages and disadvantages. That's all I'm going to do in this session. I'm going to leave it at that and say thank you for watching.